Hi guys! So the purpose of this video is to talk to you about surviving your first few weeks after a gastric sleeve. A vertical gastric sleeve, a vertical sleeve gastrectomy, a sleeve, or any bariatric surgery. I will speak from my point of reference, which was that I had a vertical gastric sleeve performed at McGee Women's Hospital in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania on July 20th. So July 20th, 2017. I guess I'll get my stats out of the way. My high weight was somewhere around 346. That's difficult to say to people because those are numbers that I never discussed with anyone. I did lose a lot of weight in preparation for the surgery because I met with dietitians because I was thinking about not having the surgery. I just wanted to know what all my options are. All in all, I ended up having the sleeve and deciding to. I was approved by my surgeon, and I want to say I was approved in April, at the end of April, and my surgery was scheduled for July. So I continued to lose weight after that. My surgery weigh-in, the morning of surgery, was 309, and I am now down to 291, 2 weeks and 1 day post vertical gastric sleeve. Those first few weeks numbers don't really mean very much according to my doctor because, you know, you're gonna lose a lot of water weight from being in the hospital, being hooked up to the IVs, drinking all the liquids, etc., etc., etc. So let's get down to the brass tacks. How did I survive my first 2 weeks? My physician, my surgeon, and you will find that all surgeons have different guidelines and they have different protocols that they want you to follow post surgery. Okay, so I had my surgery on a Thursday. I was inpatient at the hospital for 2 nights. I was discharged on Saturday, the 22nd of July. So I came into the hospital approximately 5:30 in the morning. The day prior to my surgery, I was simply on a light diet. I was not on any type of a shake system or anything like that prior to surgery. That's not part of my doctor's protocol. It may be part of yours. It may be part of other ones that you hear about. I think it's very important to not put too much into what other people were doing. Listen to what your surgeon is saying. And a lot of surgeons are going to put you on the same protocol that my doctor did. So I want to talk about that. After I had my surgery, obviously I went to post-op. It was a very long procedure. I didn't know that until afterwards when it was all explained to me by my wife, as far as, like, I don't even remember being wheeled back. I just remember waking up and asking a few questions when I was in post-op, and then I remember being wheeled into my hospital room where I spent 2.5 days. 2.5 days of slight torture, I will say. Those 2.5 days were definitely the hardest for me, especially the first 24 hours. I expected, based on lots and lots of videos that I saw, that I would have a lot of gas pain. I did not. I never had any gas pain whatsoever. That doesn't mean that you won't, so be prepared for that possibility. What I did have is a tremendous amount of nausea. My doctors did have me still on an IV for pain and for liquids. You know, to keep me hydrated in my IV. So I was hooked up to an IV. They utilized that IV for anti-nausea drugs, I'm sure some pain management post-surgery, and also for hydration. They also gave me heparin, which are anti-blood clotting shots, about 4 to 5 times. I want to say like at least 3 times a day, something like that. I'd say at least 3 times a day. I got a lot of shots. And then I also, as far as the nausea, I got Compazine pushed into my IV. I had another anti-nausea medication that starts with an F. If anyone out there knows what it is, write it down below. And then I also was given on day 2 a little patch behind my ear, which I continued to wear for 3 days, which all of that ended up helping eventually. But my first night was hellish. I will say that. I was nauseated. I wasn't throwing anything up because there wasn't anything in my tiny new stomach to throw up, but I was dry heaving and basically just spit came up. But I had wonderful nurses and I had my wonderful wife there to take care of me. The next day, or that day actually, I was released to sips and chips, which is just water and ice chips. So I was able to do that as much as I wanted to. The next day, Saturday, in the late morning, early afternoon, I was released to clear liquids. So my first few things that I had were a few spoonfuls of clear broth and really nasty Hunt Pack Jello. You know, like the Hunt's brand, the kind that like survives on the shelf and isn't in the dairy section. So I had my wife bring me some of my favorite Jello in from home. So that was a help. She went home and showered and I texted her. I was like, please bring me Jello. So she brought me a few of those in and those helped a lot. Let's see what else. That was basically my hospital experience. I was discharged on Saturday. I went home. The first 2 nights at home were uncomfortable. You have like 4 to 5 little scope incisions that are small throughout your abdomen, and it's hard to find a comfortable place to sleep. Pillows can help. Lots and lots of other things can help. Over that first 2-week period, I was on a clear liquid diet. That was tough. And I'll tell you how I survived. Variety. So I love the sugar-free Jello. I had lime. I had strawberry. I had black cherry. I did not have orange because I'm not a big fan of orange. So another thing that really helped me were sugar-free popsicles, and those helped a lot. Also, Gatorade was a huge help. Bottles of water. I love Swell bottles. I like to keep them because even that way they stay cold. I like my water cold, not too cold, but also not warm. Smart water was also a friend. Vitamin water was also a friend. Also, my true friends, my friends were friends. So in the days following my surgery, a lot of my friends knew that I was on broth. So one of my friends, my dear friend V, she went and got me pho without meat or noodles or anything, just the broth, the beef broth, and I loved it. It was amazing. It helped me so much. In addition to that, my wonderful mother-in-law made me homemade chicken broth, and that was just a godsend because it tasted so much better than like your typical collagen canned broth. Ugh. Another thing that helped me survive, and I have to be honest with you, I don't know whether or not this is an okay thing, but it helped me. I sucked on a couple, not when I say a couple, I mean over a few days, a couple sugar-free peppermint lifesavers. The first day I just sucked on it and I took it out. If my wife would have caught me, she would have killed me, but it helped me a lot. Let's see, what else? Just basically like keeping hydrated. My friends came over and binge watched TV with me. That was so helpful. My family was so loving and supportive, and so my doctor's office called me in the middle of it to check on me and make sure I was okay. I told them that I didn't even need to take the pain medication. I didn't. I was really blessed. I never took my pain medication once. I didn't need to. I was a little bit uncomfortable the first couple days, but it wasn't pain. So I never took the pain medication. Therefore, I was able to drive by Wednesday. I'm not sure that I should have, but the doctor's office did clear me to. I went to the grocery store by myself, which wasn't so bad. I actually utilized one of the like disabled carts. No shame in my game. I am disabled. I just had surgery. I also have a couple other comorbids that mean that I've used those things before. Anyways, I used that the day that I went to the store. I went to Walmart because I thought they're gonna have the most variety. I got lots of different flavors of Jell-O that day. I got different flavors of waters, and because I wanted to keep my taste buds kind of mixed up. I didn't want to get bored with that stuff. And I'm gonna tell you right now, 2 weeks and 1 day. So yesterday I had my very first post-op visit, and I was released to pureed and soft food stage, which I'm still learning about. I mean, some of the just basics are like cottage cheese, yogurt, things like that I can start eating. Tuna. Sorry, I thought I was gonna sneeze. Things like that I'm allowed to have. But I have to be honest with you, I still like Jell-O. I thought I would hate it. I still am going to utilize this as a snack because it's 10 calories. It has lots and lots of water in it. I love it. I love it. Something that my wife and I picked up yesterday that's helped me are these sugar-free hard candies. So that's helped me a little bit in these first stages. But that's about it. So 2 weeks post vertical gastric sleeve. Oh, and so by the way, I think that I have lost so far about 18 to 19 pounds. So I'm doing really great. I'm happy, I'm healthy, and it's not about losing, it's about regaining my health. I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon.